What's up? And welcome. Dreadlock Pac here, aka Big Brain Warlock Main. And today is another reset, man. Uh, Thank you for joining me, tuning into the stream. As always, I always appreciate the company and hope to keep you guys entertained with vibes and hopefully laughter. I know I'm not the funniest man in the world, but you know your boy do be trying. But yeah, I just want to have fun and enjoy the company and the game with you guys. Um, as I always do though. Hopefully everything's going well for you. If it's not, hopefully you can take what you have, uh, transmute it into something that'll help benefit you, and hopefully everything will turn out better in the future. Like a wise philosopher once told me, it's transmutation, not denial, is the weapon of the master. So, with the usual philosophical warlock intro out of the way, today, man, we just got to be playing catch up and just enjoying the seasonal reset. That's pretty much it. I got a couple of, as always, a couple of builds that I've been wanting to run, and yeah, let's get into it. So the reason we're playing catch up is because, as always, dog, I be procrastinating my life off, and this week really I was just grinding a lot of the raid, having fun, and skipped a lot of my vendor challenges, this, that, and the third, and was testing a few builds. But more than anything, what I did was I took advantage of the double Vanguard point this week. I wanted to go ahead and, since they gave us the opportunity, I want to go ahead and level everybody up. I ended up prestiging your boy Shax a few times, just like the other vendors. So now, hopefully, when the loot drops, I get some extra perk rolls. But because I spent so much time in there, I wasn't able to do the story this week. So I think that's where we're going to start off today. I'm going to tackle technically this week's story before reset, and then hopefully, like I said, we'll be playing catch up to see if there's anything new that pops in. So yeah, I just want to fly to the tower as usual, get my bearings, and then we're off to the races. But yeah, I was looking at the like I said, I took as much advantage as I could this week from Commander Z. Because when those XP points is going right, it's like it's always better to hop in there. You end up saving time in the long run, so that was my main focus. So since I don't have nothing in there, where do I actually, let's play it smart, right? Let's pick up all the bounties from all the basic vendors that I normally need to go through. That way we can double dip actually.
Make us proud.
Make us proud. I got you, Banshee. You gonna give us a catalyst for that Lamento, bro? I know you got the codes for it.
Careful with that.
Pick any up from Shax. Guardian. Alright, your boy's good. And then I'll just I know I didn't get drifters because I didn't even touch Gambit this week. Normally, you know what I'm saying, I'll be methodical in how I be approaching all the vendors, right? I'll be tackling it up because that bright dust died. That's gonna be adding up over the course of a season. So I'll be trying to knock all that stuff out, right? But this week I was like, nah, it was a quick strike too. I'm talking about in Hero, you can get them done in like under 10 minutes. So I was just running them, leveling up a few weapons that I needed that I've been procrastinating on. So I was like trying to double dip. All right, that should be good. So let's see where we're at in the quest right now. Okay, I need to go visit the star chart. Still need to do those treasure maps too, but I figured tackling it now would be the best time before reset, and then we can just transition into reset. All right, we're off. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do today. So today, probably not going to tackle the master raid. That could change, but I actually want to take my time and tackle that off stream because I don't have a group, first of all. So I'm going to have to be getting in synergy and get some camaraderie built with the team that I do run it with. So like I said, I'd rather have the time and patience to run that one off stream. But today, what I was gonna do is play with the build I keep talking about back to back, the all-in-one, one and all. I think I set up all three of my characters to be able to do it, so I just want to demonstrate that. That's so much muscle memory keep doing that. All right, let's see what we got here.
Guardian, as you prepare for your next voyage, know that I will continue to assist in the conflict against Aramis.
Okay, you a real one.
I had words with Mizraxkel concerning his recent behavior.
You talking
He
about your papa?
explained he wished to shelter me from the violence displayed by Aramiskel's crews.
Understandable.
I said one does not protect by forbidding exposure. There is no safety in ignorance.
They do say ignorance is bliss.
I told him plainly that I will not be sheltered. As the Guardian Credo states, devotion inspires bravery, bravery inspires sacrifice.
Don't listen to that, man. Don't listen to the speaker.
The unspoken line that follows is why I will remain on the radio. Now, we must continue to pursue the relics Aramis seeks. Board your ship and let us begin.
All right. Let's get into it. Ido briefs you on the current situation with Aramis. Her loyal crews chased down another powerful relic. Ido tells you that she spoke with her father, of course. You know what I'm saying? Explain why she disagreed with his attempt to shelter her from violence. Yeah, that's a really good quote. Ignorance is not safety, but you gotta be careful how you use the knowledge you obtain as well. Though Mithrax does not completely agree, he and Ido appear to have reached an understanding. That's what's up. You can agree to disagree. Ido will continue to provide mission support over your comms. Like I said, she a real one. And now we must continue to pursue the Elix she seeks. Let's get it. I doubt I'm gonna get a red border, but hey, one can always dream. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I'm mainly taking my time this season with these borders, mainly because I had got pretty good luck with my first drops. So, oh, it actually went in here. I'm surprised I got a spot. Yeah. The only one I'm looking for now to replace the one I got is Demo in this side. But I mean, shoot the loot vault shot is not bad, especially with scouts this season. So I definitely plan on taking this almost everywhere. All right, so I visited the start chart. What? Okay, I gotta do it again.
Guardian, as you prepare for your next voyage,
You
know
already
that
said
I
that.
will continue
Oh,
to
did I not
assist
press
in the
X?
conflict
There
against
we go. I guess I
Aramis.
didn't press X. I guess I pressed circle on
I
accident.
had words with Mithrax
Loot the
concerning
expedition
his
treasure buried
recent
on any
behavior.
destination and defeat combatants
He
on your
explained he
rope.
wished to shelter me from the violence.
Alright. Guess we'll do the expedition instead real quick. Heavy, solar, overload, and unstop. I will be alright. Overload, unstop. Well, I mean, I guess I could do the battler. Yeah, I could do the battler, and then just switch to arc. I think this was the. Oh, don't have it on me. How do I not have the porcupine helmet on me? That's fine though. We'll go with a different loadout. We'll do the infamous D8 combo. Oh, I already got it on. Cool. Yeah, I already got most of it on. This just needs super. Yeah, it got supercharge. I just need elemental charge on this one, or ordnance. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Make sure I'm on chaos. Yep. Okay. So I'll probably end up talking about this and repeating this all day today, but overall build that I'm thinking about, and I'm happy that's actually possible now. Since we got all three elements, the inspiration for this build came from the character from Fairy Tail, Sieg Heart. Anybody that, not Fairy Tail, Fairy Tail is actually the next manga that the dude created, or he created the same manga, but it's from Rave Master, I'm sorry. And the character in there, Sieg Heart, he was basically an elemental master. He was able to wield all the elements. And so that's pretty much where the anime logic came behind this build right here. Being able to wield all the elements. So you're going to have the, obviously you got Solar, right? Arc and Void. And so for this one, and Stasis too. Don't forget about Stasis. So the way it initially sets up, right, is you want to rock your subclass to offset your weapons, and then you want to have your three weapons cover those elements. So Stasis is pretty much either going to be always in the kinetic slot, unless you have like a fun way to use it and want to swap it out and put it in the heavy slot. But normally I would put a Chill Clip or Aegir Scepter in the kinetic slot, and then in the energy and heavy you can pivot off of whatever you want as far as the other elements go, right? So if you wanted to do Volt Shot, you could, or if you want to do Incandescent, there's plenty of weapons that cover both factions. And so that's pretty much it, just looking at your subclass, trying to figure out a cool, creative way to grab all of them. And I had a lot of fun trying to figure out a couple of loadouts. And I got one for each character that I want to showcase. So maybe we'll get to all three today, but first we're gonna tackle the story and see how far we can unfold it. Since I gotta play catch up anyway. This story really feels like a filler this season, but it's probably because I'm just not extremely invested. But we'll see. It's curious how it's gonna lead up into heading to to Neo Muna on Neptune. Actually, I'm off of about one element here because I got incandescent. I doubled up on incandescent. So normally I would have either what's it called, tractor cannon or heart shadow in my heavy slot. Because unfortunately there isn't a void perk in the game at this moment that you can use. Like there is, right, with repulsor brace, but there's no actual way to apply a void debuff or modifier. So the best thing that I could think of would be to, if you wasn't using Void subclass and you still wanted to play to the thing, you just put either Heart Shadow or Tractor Cannon so you could Void debuff in the heavy. And then go with Chill Clip in your kinetic and then whatever subclass you want to rock, and then obviously the opposite for your energy weapon, be it incandescent or Volt Shot. There's 3 guns in the game right now that can roll Volt Shot, but there is one in the heavy and in the energy slot. So you got the sidearm in the energy slot, and you got the scout rifle in the energy slot, which actually has anti-barrier too. So when it comes to champions, you could use that. And then for the heavy, you have a linear fusion example. And although linear fusion probably wouldn't be like the best pick for overall efficiency, you know, you're just playing into the theme of it, and it's just showcasing what's possible. So if there's ever a heavy weapon that releases in the future that has what's that perk, Volt Shot in it, say it's a LMG or grenade launcher or just anything that's effective, right, that you can think of in the heavy slot, it'll you'll be able to just easily swap that out. I'm hoping we get a glaive with those alternative perks as well too, right? Like I think it'd be pretty sweet if we end up getting a glaive at some point with Volt Shot and incandescent in the future. That'd be pretty smooth. Or stasis one with Chill Clip. Yeah, bro, sign me up. I've been wanting a stasis kinetic glaive for the longest anyway, so anything that'll help in that avenue is definitely welcome. I'll transfer over a what's the name after this maybe. Because I got a Heart Shadow on my Hunter, I believe. Actually, I think that's why I got it on him. It's because that's the way the loadout works for him. I miss old Chaos Reach, man. I know it was broken in the Crucible, but man, was it like really encapsulating the vibe. They should have it to where if you're amplified, your Chaos Reach does something special. Or at least Geomax should do something like that. Just to put some more oomph in it. Just doing a little bit of yard cleaning over the weekend. So I had enough time to pop on the podcast with Chris Proctor on it. I highly advise going to go listen to that. That was a really good podcast. I always love listening to the fire range and the ideas and whatnot that everybody has. It's always enjoyable to perceive someone else's perspective, especially on both sides, right? Like for people that's playing the game and then people that's actually making the game too. Like it's really interesting to get some viewpoints and perspectives. But he said a lot of cool things I'm looking forward to. One of the things that he said was what was they talking about? They was talking about Hawkmoon and Dead Man's Tale and how them being craftable exotics, man. And then he asked about how would they feel about that, because I think one of them brought up the fact that what was it, counterbalance on Vigilant Swing or something. They used to run that on their gloves. So Vigilant Swing's recoil used to be straight up and down. I totally forgot. I went back and watched some old D2 early footage, bro. I forgot we used to have 3 stats, dog. Like it used to be so bare bones, but we used to be able to put like handling mods and stuff on our mods, like the counterbalance and stuff. I totally forgot about that stuff. But yeah, they brought that up, and that made a really good point. I started thinking about it. I was like, dang, that would be pretty cool if actually it'd be pretty cool if all the exotics were craftable. That way you could change the barrels and maybe some of the mags, you know, like keep the identity of the exact exotic, right? Don't make them all like Hawkmoon or DMC. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but like the ones that have a set identity, right? Keep those perks basic, right? Keep those perks the way they are, but also it would be cool to change the barrels and the mags, because one gripe I have with I love using Ace of Spades and I love using Sunshot, but when it comes to a competitive perspective, I often choose a legendary Brethren over those because I can't change the recoil pattern. In some maps it works perfectly for me, and in other maps, bro, I feel like Sunshot is just shooting with balloons, bro. Like you just can't hit crits, and I feel like it'll be pretty smooth if we'd be able to change the barrels on them. Some things might end up a little bit OP, but I mean, I think with the range caps and them, the devs being able to alter certain stuff, you'll be able to put some stuff in check, right? Like, what's up with you, man, Mr. Cold Juice? I think you'll be able to put some things in check, right? But think about it like this, right? Another good example, Bad Juju. It has steady rounds, and it has, I think, chamber compensator on it. Let me check, so I'm not just spewing garbage. Let's actually do the work, Dread. So, where you at, Bad Juju? There you go. So yeah, Bad Juju, it has steady rounds, and I was wrong. Hammerforged rifling, right? What if you could change steady rounds into accurized rounds instead? That way, Bad Juju could actually compete in some ranges. Or some people might go with Flare, Magwell, or Hawkeye rounds. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool, and that'll breathe a lot of life into certain exotics, because some exotics can hang because of their base stats, right? Or just what they do, and some exotics can't. Like, another thing with me is the recoil pattern on No Time to Explain. No Time is a great gun, but if you can't control that recoil pattern, you know what I'm saying, I'd rather put on a Messenger. And what does everybody use on the Messenger? They don't go for max range, they get that recoil pattern straight up and down. So I thought that was a really good and interesting conversation that they were bringing up, man. And like I said, that leans into what I've been saying about just getting insight on different people's perspectives from both sides, the people who play the game and the people who make it. But yeah, if any devs do come across this or listen, then like, yeah, welcome. I welcome any form of crafting or being able to have control over your exotics, or just any gun in general. I've heard so many horror stories of people playing strikes, GMs, Nightfalls, raids, right, and not getting the roles that they're chasing. You know, being able to craft your role, that is immensely better. Because at the end of the day, you put it on like a, I don't want to say a countdown timer, but that's what it is essentially. Once you get those 5 borders, boom, you good to go. So I would really like to see that in the exotic space. That would be pretty cool. But I mean, that's essentially what we got with Hawkmoon, right? Everybody has their perfect version of Hawkmoon. Like the main, I think goated role, you know, everybody probably spec out the max range, but now that stability is a factor, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would spec into stability. I mean, personally, I would. I've always spec into stability though, because on console I like to be able to tame my recoil as much as I can. But that's a personal preference, you know. And if that was on more exotics, I definitely believe you'd see a lot of flavor. Of course, you'd see some meta picks, right? Because it would be good and effective at meta. But I do not think that everyone would use the exact same role. On some guns, yes. But things like Sunshot, you know, some people might choose a different barrel like Hammerforged, you know. Or steady rounds instead of accurized rounds. You know, things like that. But yeah, they definitely need more exotics like DMC. Yeah, exactly, bro. Osteo Strig is a perfect example. Not everyone has the exact same, everyone has the exact same perks on Osteo, but not everybody has the exact same mag and barrel. That's the main thing I would, you know what I'm saying, I want to drive home. I would love to see stuff like that. And yeah, that conversation piece, I definitely remember that from the podcast. That was a pretty cool piece. So our next one is Pirate Hideout, the Beast Tamer. All right. So yeah, I highly advise going to go listen to that podcast. That was a pretty good one. And the way he asked the question, like Chris Proctor posed it, it was like he was testing the waters, right? Like he was seeing, he was basically seeing what different things fit. Yeah, Osteo was a great idea from the devs with crafting. Exactly, cool. Like imagine if they did it, exactly. Hopefully they go down that route in the future. Imagine if they did it to where you unlock the exotic weapon, right? And you instantly get the pattern, and then from there you just play with it till you level it up, you know. I think that would be pretty cool. A lot of guns I think you would see hard light, people would change the perks on hard, people would change the perks on every gun. Like I said, things would maybe be a problem here and there, but I mean, think about like range cap, right? Like Chaperone is essentially the best it can be. I doubt Chaperone would be one of the ones that change as far as barrels and mags go, right? So like that's a perfect example. They have caps here and there, so I don't think it'll be too, but I think it'll add more variety versus limitations in a sense. So it's a pretty cool thought. And now with them being craftable, you know, you wouldn't have to worry about. I like the idea of them being craftable versus them dropping in the world randomly, because then you have the idea to just be able to go out there and craft it once you obtain it, right? You just pull it from collections, or you just go to the enclave and then boom. Craft a vigilance wing with max stability. That's what my perfect vigilance wing would be. Max stability, baby.
Scab's bold enough to assault a hideout for its treasures.
I'm trying to think of what else would be another good, what's another good idea? Like Lumina, right? Lumina got accurized rounds and chamber compensator on it. Yeah, Exotics 3.0, boom, boom. That's exactly what you could call it, Exotics 3.0. Lumina got chamber compensator on it. I know personally, I changed mine to, I changed my Lumina to something else. Probably a range barrel on it. They say, I think they said they have ideas for Armor 3.0 as well. That would be really cool, man. Like adding more RPG elements and aspects to it would be so awesome. That'll help. I think that'll help too, especially if they have. I think my main gripe with Armor right now is that I don't know. It might be a greedy thought process, but I want more energy on my armor pieces, right? Like if we run a GM or a Master Raid or a Master. I think to satiate some of the stuff, bro, let some of that armor drop with like 12 energy, you know? Not, you know, since it already drops with an extra slot, like some of the times I can't even capitalize or use the slots because the energy is still capped at 10, man. Like push that energy up, dog. You want some build crafting to go underway. Push that up to like 12, 15. 15 might be a little bit overboard. But like 12, bro, you'll be surprised how just a few more points will go up. I just found out that it's Explosive Well Maker works with Stasis Shatter. Yeah, son. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're using like the Hunter Thorn Knives, right, and it's a group of enemies, yeah, you can make some explosive wells like that. What dang, that's pretty yeah, that's actually pretty smooth. I might actually implement that to the chill clip build I'm using then. Well, not chill clip build, but it has chill clip in the element. I'm using the Elemental Master today. The all-in-one, the one and all. That is the working name right now, as you know. Technically, I ain't got all three, but yeah. Oh, Volatile does too? Ah, because it's an explosion. I did not know that about Volatile now. That is actually interesting news to me. That's actually pretty smooth. Okay. Nice. Okay. So technically, you would be able to make solar wells and then just do healing, essentially, then, if you wanted to. That's pretty cool. Just patiently waiting for Gefilte Falcons gets enabled because I got a build extender for that. Yo, I don't blame you, bro. Gefilte Falcons, dog. I think it's gonna be Thursday, cause the reason I started streaming so late today is I was thinking it was gonna be maintenance and downtime. Cause I don't like starting up a stream and then like, you know, having to download the patch and then restart the stream. I don't like that. Sometimes I'll do it, but sometimes I'd rather just wait until after and then start streams on days I'm gonna stream. But they pushed it back to Thursday, basically, on the Twitter. So I think Thursday is when they'll have the patch fixed, hopefully, for Gefilte Fish Falcon. Gefilte Fish! Alright, what we got here? Claim the relic. Oh, you just sitting here in a little corner right here. Yo, whatever happened to that egg, man? In the season of the Lost, or the season of whatever it was when we was helping Marsal out, bro. We never dealt with that dragon egg. See, man? They be leading us on, bro. They be leading us. Then again, technically it was behind a wall we wasn't supposed to see, but still, though.
They made powerful enemies.
Yeah, us too.
I'm missing the story. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the stream. Need you on that collective obligation to make it more intense. Hey, bro, just say the word. You know I'm with the build crafting. I go collective obligation and some other funky builds, man. You addicted to Gefilte Falcons? Yeah, man, it's a really good setup, man. And it's just gonna get better when they add more ways to make invisibility viable, right? Like, cause it works on any class. So, man, the damage numbers. I haven't even tested it personally, but I bet you if you do some Font of Might jazz, you can really start hitting some insane, crazy numbers. Some real crazy numbers. I'm interested to see what the meta's going to be like for the Master Raid today. I know I will be using one of those. All right, I need to go visit the Elixir Hollow Projector. It's at the helm. Let's go ahead and get ready for this cutscene. What is this? Adagio. Yeah, I need to put I mean, I guess I can get rid of Whisper. Actually, instead of deleting it, I'll just reinfuse it to one of the others. I wonder if Ruinous Effigy Slams counted as explosive. It's a good question. I'll test that next time I go back to the pit stop at the tower. Remind me to pick it up and I will. It's a good question, actually. See, these is the knowledge we need to know. Let me put on a sword. I like doing perspective. I like doing third person when I do these cutscenes. Oh, one of the cool things also from the podcast, like I said, I'll be random tangents everywhere. I should just call my stream Random Tangents. He said that 85, I believe, FOV was the quote unquote, not quote unquote, disregard that. 85 FOV was the, I can't remember the exact word he said, but for lack of a better, the exact word he said was the true FOV for the reticles, right? So when you're using the weapons or whatever and you want to know how big the reticles is, the information conveyed is truer at 85 FOV versus the higher ends, which he found it entertaining and funny when people started communicating about Crimson, right? Because Crimson is infamous about when you're shooting it on higher FOVs that you just lose the sight. And yeah, he said once people started figuring out, they like put the pieces together, and it was actually interesting. So yeah, like I said, man, just looking at perspective of the devs and the community at the same time, like it's pretty interesting because he's probably sitting there like, you know what I'm saying, some of the devs probably be sitting there like when the Easter egg is found, they like, yeah, how many days you think it's gonna be, Phil, before they find blah say blah Easter egg? And it's like, oh man, well they haven't found it in 2 years, so maybe next month, and then you know what I mean, like just I bet you it does have to be entertaining because they. As an artist, I wouldn't want to, if I was a dev, right, I wouldn't want to expose my work, you know what I'm saying? But I would love to, like, throw little sprinkly hints, like innocuous hints, right? It wouldn't let you know. Be like, dang, y'all actually almost found everything, right? Like, I do some tweets like that or something, right? But, it's probably, you probably can't do that. But, man, that'd be so fun. I swear. All right, what you got, dog?
I have just spoken with Drifter. He says another force assaulted Aramis's pirates.
Another force?
If you and Aramis are not the only ones searching for the relics, I fear this is beyond my control. I believed we could collect the relics and contain that power, keep them safe. Guardian, there are details I have kept from you.
Uh-oh.
From everyone.
Not everybody.
I must ask for the gift of your patience. I will find an answer. I will.
All right, man.
Trust me for a moment longer. I beg you.
I got you, dog. It's hard to sound like it's in the right place, but I got a feeling this is going to steer off a cliff, man. There's desperation. Yeah, I heard that too. In Mithrak's voices, he processes what you have learned. You and Aramis are not the only ones looking for the relics, so I wonder who else is looking for it. Can't be Savathun, because she got bodied. I wonder if it's Callus and his minions. I believe we could collect, or it could be the Scorn. Yeah, the Scorn might make a little bit more sense since they're opposites of the Hive, not Hive, the Fallen, essentially. I believe we could collect the relics and contain their power. He says he seems conflicted. You are not used to seeing him this way. Yeah, man, I'm used to seeing you, like, with composure, man, and, like, you know what I'm saying, leading by the helm. Mithrax pauses for a moment before he speaks again. Guardian, there are details I have kept from you, he says, from everyone. His discomfort is apparent. You mean like air apparent? No, I'm just playing. I asked for the gift of patience. What are we doing, playing Trials? Trust me a moment longer, I beg you. You know what? I have not played Trials at all this week, bro. At all. I picked up a card and I didn't even step in there, bro. What's up, man? What's up, Carlos? What's up, Phil? What's up, Spider?
Shall we make a deal?
Look at this clown. Oh, spider gestures to the familiar set of engrams. Back again, that's the spirit. Yeah. Oh, at least it was a red border this time. Spider stares at the weapon you won with confusion. How and all the... Need to take you flawless next week so I can get closer to Gil. Yeah, that's fine, man. That's fine. Hopefully it's a good map. And I like Midtown too. I just wasn't motivated this week, man. The weapons in the pool and trials right now just don't have me personally motivated to go in there, man. And I love PvP. I loved Eruption. I had fun in Eruption, but I just looked at the bow and the shotgun. I was like, nah, they're just not for me. As if noticing for the first time, he looks up and smiles broadly. How could anyone be so lucky? He says in a syrupy voice. What a surprise. Now take your winnings and go. I'll contact you for more games. He mumbles softly as you back away. Ido's excited voice comes over through the radio. I employed my signal suppressors when you entered the ether tank, she says. Did anything happen or not happen? You mentioned that you just want a powerful weapon from Spider in a game of chance. I'm sure that's just a coincidence, she says, but her voice belies her uncertainty. Man, everybody holding secrets, man. I want to know what's going on. Dang. All right, cool. Mithrax and Ido are studying what you recovered from the power hideout. They will contact you when they have more information. All right, cool. So we wasn't actually that far behind. Well, we got 10 minutes before reset. You know what? So we don't miss a week in trials. We're going to hop into trials. Just so we don't miss a week in trials. Hold up. I'm going to hop in solo real quick. Give me a second to set up a PvE build. PvE build. I got my PvE build on. Let me set up a PvP build so I don't, my teammates don't think I'm throwing. I mean, I'm not going to be throwing anyway. I'm just saying. They're going to look at me and they'll be like, bro, are you really up in here? I'm trying to go flawless the last 10 minutes. I'll tell you what, we'll do the Angelic Assembler. Is what I call this build right here. Oh, I gotta go to orbit. Shout outs to Flashy, man, for getting me hooked on Dim. Because now I can't equip anything unless I use it. Oh, man. It's a pain, too, because, like, sometimes I change my armor rate and, like, the colors or whatever, I haven't went through and, like, officially, what is it? I haven't officially chosen exactly what ornaments I want on every ornament. I'll just, like, make a build, and I'll be like, all right, save it, so I don't forget it. And, yeah, I actually need to go through and, make some dedicated fashion to fit my loadouts. Let's see. I guess I'll put on my highest gear. That's everything I got anyway. All right, Dim. Hurry up. I need to get in here before it's too late. And be like, bruh. Yeah, I played zero, bro. I played zero. I've been hearing good things about the shotguns, but like I said, slugs are just not me, and bows, I'm niche with bows. I like them in PvE over PvP. I think the only time I really dedicated myself to a bow was during the Luna's Howl days, but I love watching someone go crazy with a bow. It's some pretty entertaining gameplay. All right, let's get it. Ready or not, here I come. Make sure everything is set up properly. It's probably not, right? Shout outs and good lucks to everyone attempting the Master Raid today. Hopefully it goes well. I think I'm going to take my time before I hop in there. I'm curious to see if there's going to be any new champions or what all they alternate in the Master version. What's going to be viable, what's going to be the better strats. I wouldn't mind testing some strats on Oryx. See if, like, the fact that you can actually get close to Oryx, right? Like, if you detonate the bombs, everyone groups up in center, and then everyone runs right up to Oryx, you could use some funky stuff. So I would be interested just to see a lot of people's take on DPS and Oryx, and what would be really good for DPS. With shotguns as buffed as they are, I wonder if it'd be as easy to clip his nails as it is Riven's. Because I guess weapons that will really work well if you're going to go for that is things that don't need to hit crits. But, I mean, you're hitting a big crit bubble anyway, with or without div. That big old hole in his chest, so you could really use whatever's just effective for you. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh, solos on the field. We got Blaze the Beast. Oh, I'm a fan of that. But you're using it on the wrong subclass, so I don't know. Hey, you got to be using it for light level chief. Ain't that right? Yeah, that's what that is. We got Killer Birdie. Ooh, the Mechaneer's trick sleeves. That's nasty. I hope I get him on my team. We got Jinx. Hey, Boots of the Assemblers, though. Never mind. I hope I get Jinx on the squad, bro. All right, we got Malicious Birthright as Zaoli's. Okay, Explosive Incandescent. I like what I'm seeing. And we got Cag. All right. Let me get Mr. Boots, man. Yeah, we got Boots of the Assembler. 2 Boots on the same squad, bro. Let's get it. All right, Dread. Let's not be rusty. All right, what's the play, boys? We're going up top. We're going up top. Say less. My homeboy got the Plunder-Arggh too, so stay here for a second. I'm gonna wait for the hallway on the right. Okay, Jinx is in the cubby. I'm gonna fire one in there, and I'm gonna run over to him. There we go. Wait for this guy to peek. He's not. I'm gonna peek this side now. Then. Okay. There we go. Got one. I don't have a heal. I got that heal though. Just fly in there with the glaive. There we go. That's what I'm talking about with the boots, boy. Sorry, I'm just excited when random things like that happen, man. It just goes to show you, man, the universe be working in mysterious ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the odds I'd just be like, yeah, man, I'm gonna slap on this build, and then boom, I run into someone else running Boots of the Assembler. Ain't no telling how long he ran it. So yeah, that's just oh, they lost one, bro. Man, that's savagery. And the only reason I'm even in here is so I don't lose my weekly what is it? That weekly row thing? Weekly row thing. How many weeks I've played Trials in a row? I would hate to break a streak. He got me good shots. I thought I could escape that corner. I don't know if I need to up my mobility for stuff like that or if I shouldn't just challenge. Oh, you got him. You got him. Good deals. Yeah, 2 Boots on the squad, bro. Let's go. It's unfortunate they lost the player, man. That's really annoying. I feel for them. It's the last few minutes of the game, too. Ain't no telling if one of these homies is on their flawless or not, man. Like, it's just, ugh. But who knows, you know, maybe he had to make a sandwich. You know, maybe he had to stop what he was doing. You know, maybe. Straight ahead. This one at the end of the hall. I'm going to get a little closer. Buff him with the Plunder-Arggh. Pop him once, pop him twice. Pushing up. Hit him with the glaive. Nice bait with me on the...
1 minute left, my friend.
Nice bait on his part. I expected the hunter to be there, not the warlock. And I thought the hunter was behind him baiting me, but I guess not.
You lead, your opponents follow. This is the way it should.
I'm going to heavy directly this time. So awesome seeing all those wells, man. I remember there was a time when well was a coveted class, dog. Now all we see is wells. There's no problem with it. I actually like seeing it. It'd be nice though in the future if we get a little bit more variety as far as it comes to supers, but oh god, he put on our glaive too. It'd be nice if we got a little bit more viability in the other supers, or if we got a whole new set of supers to begin with, right? Like we did in Forsaken. But hey, we work with what we got, right? I'm just glad well is up there now. You never see Dawn Blaze, which is crazy. I would like to see more Dawn Blaze as an option. I guess I'm always the biggest fan of everyone playing the way they like to play and having more options and variety instead of choices being bottlenecked. Breathes more life to the game. Oh, he died. Glaive Wars. Wow. I'm telling you, man, I love Glaze. I always have since they came out, bro. Their utility is insane.
I will send your opponents to Shax's
Alright, well.
Crucible to train more. Perhaps they will fare better in his little big...
We didn't end the streak, so what's the time now? We got 2 minutes before reset, so we'll just call it. Well, you know what? Let's see if we can catch another game. Why not, right? Watch we get throttled this one, though. Might as well, right? Take advantage of all this here, and then we'll go see what everything is. Wait a minute, what was Crucible this week? Oh, I hope it's Rift, man. I really hope it's Rift. Last week it was Rift. It was I can't remember what double XP it was. It was either Iron Banner or it was Gambit. So I didn't play Rift as much as I have wanted to. I actually don't think I'll play Rift at all. But next time Rift comes around, I really want to have some fun in Rift by playing some weird, funky, off-meta builds and trying to LFG some people that's trying to do the same thing. A couple of the builds I got in mind is like, I can't remember who said it, but like right when Rift first was getting ready to release, I think it was in the TWAB. He was talking about how it'd be cool if 6 Warlocks locked down an area with the stasis turrets and whatnot. And I really want to make that a reality. I would love to I would love to get 5 other Warlocks running Osmiomancy and everyone run Stacy turrets. That would be the dream. Oh, I want that gun so bad. What is this? Titans. That's right. That's the ornament for Titans. Rip. So that would be pretty interesting and cool. I think would be also an awesome idea.
Trials of Osiris.
Trials of Osiris. Come on, you can do it. Nice drip. Very nice drip. I really like the theme of the that auto rifle.
There is nothing but the
I forgot the name of it. The Quicksilver. I really like the theme of that thing.
Go.
I actually can't believe we was able to finish that quest in enough time before we reset that. That's pretty awesome. Alright, so they're looking at us. We're gonna post up here. I'm gonna bait here. Oh, my man's rocking a glaive too. Alright, you don't want to peek. 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 There we go. Nice Titans. I'm glad he's on my team. I don't have another one now. Got him. Uno. I should be rocking swarm nades, honestly, dude. I don't want to back up too much because I don't know if there's a guy peeking here. All those texts just popped up on my screen for some weird reason. No! Oh, that's the only bad thing about having Icky Dash tied to the same button. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. You got him. Nice, nice, nice. All right, man. He's on your left side. Same spot. Where's the other boo? Other boo's behind you. You sniping. You trying to get a good angle. Looking at the cubby holes. Firing shots. Blueberry sliding in. Got popped. Pally's too strong. Pally's on the move. Pally's one shot. Oh, I got drilled from the side. Good try. There was something I was talking about before I went on the little commentator rant. Oh, it's the only bad thing about having Icarus Dash and freaking your Rift tied to the same button, man. I tried the Icky Dash there instead of placing my Rift. And I double tap because I got it on double tap. So I try to fly as I'm on the ground sometimes. Like if you tap it like this and then jump, you can Icky Dash. So that's why I got him tied to the same button. Dang, he pushed in a little too hard. Well, not hard. We just wasn't with him. There we go. He's gonna be upset if I didn't get that pick. Toss a heal in there so if he pushes that, and I can push this guy with the glaive.
1 minute left, my friend.
Yeah, glaive is just so strong, man. Really is. They need to be tuned, yeah, but them being one of my favorite weapons isn't gonna stop me from using it. The reason I like things that are like versatile, you know, give you options to use and whatnot, and a glaive is definitely one of them. For one, it's like a fusion. It has like fusion rifle range, right? Up to a fusion rifle is pretty effective. You can block with it, right? And you can melee with it. Like it's just so even if you get up close to somebody, you can still be combative, right? Whereas if someone's using a shotgun, not only do they have to close the gap, good deal. Not only do they have to close the gap, but they also have to kill you before you kill them with the glaive. So I like glaives for a good shotgun counter. But the DR definitely, though, needs to be tuned down for real. I think the DR is way too high, especially in a game like this where, woo! Thank you for the heal, bro. Where it's so important. One false nade will send us into the abyss here, so we got to be careful with that. Come on, push the flank. There we go. That's what I was waiting on there. All right, now I can push this. Good deal. he got impatient and pushed. He had us if he pinned us, or if they would have coordinated their flank better, or if dude would have got closer, they would have had that. But because he separated and we both was ready for the flank at coffee shop, he was able to capitalize. Good deal on the blue. That blueberry saved me with that rift too. Good shout outs to him. And the Arc Souls. Gotta love the Arc Souls. Plop a rift here, trying to build up some nobles. Hopefully we can stay the long game. My blueberry went right to the heavy, which is probably the better play for right now. Maybe help him out. See there, might can do heavy. Dang! Tried to save him too hard. Nice snipe on his end. Yeah, I tried to save him too hard.
You can stand back up.
But dude popped me clean with that snipe shot as well.
Teams are even. Break the tie, Guardian.
Let's see, I don't have a rift this time, so hopefully blueberry does. That'd be nice. Let me see what we got up here first. Alright, you see nothing yet. They are there though. There we go, that's perfect. I can build some noise. Come on up here. Yeah, bro, if I get a stasis glaive, son.
1 minute left, my friend. It is just
Bro,
you.
I thought he was behind here, dude.
Fight until you have nothing left.
Okay, I might have a res.
Opponent
Let me
revived.
reload it. Ah, I didn't know it was. I thought it was 2 up. Didn't know it was just 1 up already. Maybe, because I can block.
Guardian against
Push me,
Guardian.
please.
Go
Yes.
down.
Make him back up, heal myself. Push up with the glaive. There we go. Telling you, man, it's so versatile. That's why it's good.
I will gather
The shield is broken though. Don't get me wrong, shield's broken, but it don't take away from it being versatile either.
You are weak.
Man.
Keep this up.
It's technically the dude that was up top first. He would have won that duel, but I think I scared him off with blocking with the glaive, and that helped me out a lot because him backpedaling allowed me to capitalize on that. Young Samurai, yes sir, yes sir. Call me Destiny Warrior, Dynasty Warrior. It's one of the fun builds I want to make in the future too. I'm a big fan of Destiny Warrior, big fan of Dynasty Warrior. So I want to make one with Dang, he didn't push as hard as I thought. Can that? No, that can't kill me. Oh, guess again. And he stuck it in the blade tip. Look at that. Smooth. Yeah, one of the classes I want to make is with a Dynasty Warrior theme build. It's so like all medieval weapons. Bow, glaive, sword. I just got to get around to making one and make it like fun / effective. Play into the samurai theme. I might use strongholds with it actually, since I'm going to use a sword. Strongholds plays to the whole Destiny Warriors thing. I want to make my Titan look like Lu Bu if I can. A big old juggernaut behemoth. Either Lu Bu or Guan Yu. Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Dang. Alright, my blue's on my left over there. He also has an enemy straight ahead there. Probably should have saved my well, but I really wanted to clutch up that last round.
You are the
Dang it.
Make them run.
Didn't know he was way over there. Blue got picked on that one.
Does not matter.
Alright, I gotta go on mute. I got a phone call.
Match point. Take back the fight. Left, my friend. Only one enemy is left. Good. Your enemy is down. You are back in the fight. This is your chance. Wreck them.
1 minute left, my friend. You are the last. Make them run. Next time, my friend. Next time. We cannot always win, but a guardian must never give up. You taught me this.
All right, I'm back, fellas. Had to take that phone call right here. All right, so this week, what do we have? We have Return the Fifth, Relic to the Helm, Expedition, Summon the crewmates in Expedition and Catch Crash, Spyglass, Defeat targets with Scout Rifles and Shatter Damage. We can just claim that. Superconductor, defeat Guardians in Crucible. Okay. And Old Captain. They missed an opportunity there. It could have been like, oh, Captain, my Captain. Defeat Cabal and Fallen Bosses in Strikes or Vanguard playlists. All right, well, let's fly to the tower, take a look at all the reset goodies, and then we'll get into the shenanigans, Guardians. Get into the shenanigans, Guardian. Today, let's see what we got. I guess I can pop these now. And what else was the main thing I wanted to do? Oh yeah, the store. Okay, so they got the Telesto ornament, Dread from below. I got the Ghost projection. I like the Crucible ones, but I'm not a big fan of it. They got to be funky. They got the Abyssian Gold. It's a pretty good shader for my hunters out there. I like going with the. I think it turns some of this stuff like Midnight Black or whatever, with a pretty good shader. Okay, we'll just go straight to her then. I'm telling you, man, Glaive is the deal, bro.
Eververse has the goods.
All right. What's this one? Feast of Feelings. They got the ice cream tub set. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, he's crying eating ice cream. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, put that on when you lose a trials match. I needed that last game. The Hearthfire Shell. All right. The Canopus Wing. You got the August Courser. And
looking
at
for
the
anything
Fangwang.
in particular, Guardian?
And then you have the binary system. I actually like that.
Our inventory is stocked.
What's the price?
So
$12.50? Maybe. I gotta check and see what's on the other alts. All right. Oh.
Hi there.
Oh yeah, Ruinous Effigy. Okay. And it's Master Raid today. Actually, let me inspect the Master Raid and see what the les modifiers are. Go ahead and get my red border from there. Where are you at, Master Raid? Legends. Raid. Master. Oh, excuse me. Wow. All three. You will face Anti-Barrier, Overload, and Unstoppable champions. Chafe, of course, or Chaff. Radars disabled. And Match Game. Woof! All champions? Dang, so I'm guessing the Overloads will come from Taken somewhere. And the Unstops and the Anti-Barriers. Dang, I bet you there's going to be Anti-Barriers and freaking War Priest. Golgoroth might be Anti-Barriers too, because those knights that come out on the bridge. And Overloads are probably... I don't know, actually. I don't know where they would put the Overloads at. Okay, well. Good luck for everybody attempting the Master Run. I will later on my off time, though. Like I said, I probably want to be doing that on stream. I want to get the hang of it first.
What cipher is this?
All right. You know what cipher it is. You know what cipher it is. Stop playing. All right. What you got for us, Banshee? Even though your inventory is going to switch in like 30 hours. Banshee has the Ragnarok, but we can craft it. Pretty good roll though for people who don't have the all borders. Pizzicato. Alright, okay. Actually, okay, really good actually. Surplus, high impact, range, good barrels. Your choice between your liquid or accelerator, that's pretty decent. The Galu, I've seen better. I've seen better. You got the Palmyra. Okay. Craft that as well. And the Typhon. Like I said, if you're trying to do the one and all in one build, this is one of the pieces that can help you out as well. Like I said, it has chill clip in the heavy weapon. And as you see, the verb itself is highlighted, slows. So come back here, 36 hours. His inventory rotate if there's anything in there you like. I'm gonna pick up my bounties from these guys. Oh yeah, I need to pick up Ruinous Effigy. And then we'll get into the festivities like I was doing. I'm missing this and Ruinous.
Keep it together, Arsight. Nothing to shoot here.
There you go.
The Crucible beckons, Guardian. Will you answer?
Will you give us map voting, Shax? That's what I want you to answer, dog. I love you, but man, if I play Convergence one more time, I'm gonna converge on your last horn. Alright. Let's go down here and pick up the bounties from Drift to Drift. And we'll check out Ada 1's bounties for anyone that's curious about what she has. Or mods, anyway. I don't know why mods doesn't drop from in-game activities randomly. Like how they did initially.
Yeah.
That would be a nice incentive for people that just join the game to run masters and GMs. Maybe they do. Maybe just because I have all the mods, they don't. But I'm pretty sure they don't. But I think that would be a pretty cool idea. Either that or in raid. Well, raids are a different exception because they have their own mods. So yeah. She has machine gun reserves, sniper rifle reserves, blessings of Rasputin, where collecting the Warmon cell increases the chance your next final blow with a Seraph weapon will create a Warmon cell. Side note. It'd be cool if we could apply a Seraph mod to any weapon so we can make Warmon cells with it. But, you know. And burning cells. Destroying Warmon cell creates a burst of solar energy that causes enemies to burn for a few seconds. It'd be also cool if they implemented elemental effects to Warmon cells, such as Jolt. I guess we have suppression and burn technically, but they technically don't synergize with our classes either, so technically we don't. But, yeah. I think that'd be funky. Take your weapon to the Enclave, slap a Seraph mod or frame on it, right? The boom. You make Warmon cells with your R-stringer. Be out there, pa, pa, pa. Drop a Warmon cell. You know?
Hey there.
That's the only reason I really didn't vibe with Warmon cells back then. I need to pick up some freaking flags, bro. I remember I was doing a raid yesterday, and I felt so bad I couldn't drop flags. I'll just get 20. That's why I never have none.
All
right. All right, we'll go to the story, but first I want to check a few things. Let's see what the not Clash. For the love of the Traveler, can you please get rid of Team Scorched? All right, so we got Team Scorched. Gambit never changes. What is this one? Arcadian Valley.
Do you want to talk to me?
Arcadian Valley. Which one is this one, bro? I can never remember. Oh, Exodus Crash. What's the master modifiers? That way I know what GMs is. Arcburn. Bro, every single GM this week, not this week, but every single GM is like Arcburn, bro. I think there's like 2 GMs that's not Arcburn. Where's the Conqueror Seal at? Yeah, Glasswave's Void, Lightblade's Arc, Saber's Arc, Disgraced was Arc, Exodus Crash was Arc. I'm guessing this is Solar. That's the only thing it can be, right? I can't remember what was Devil's Lair actually, because we've had Devil's Lair a few times in the past.
Plans in the city when I was a kid. I might never have left.
There's a lot of falling in there at the end, so it might be Arc, dude. Man, every single Nightfalls Arc. You might be able to just run a one-stop shop loadout for all the Nightfalls, man, considering. Okay, Now that we've looked at most, I think that's everything I wanted to look at. One more second. Let me look at the map real quick and make sure. Oh, the rotating raid for this week. What is that? That was the last thing I wanted to check.
Are you still with us?
Is Dreaming City? Okay, the dungeon is going to be Shattered Throne, but it's not the Last Wish, which means
We had
that...
clans in the
Oh!
city when I
Should be
was a
Val
kid.
Disciple, right?
I might never have left.
Yes, Val the Disciple. Cool. This is the first time Val the Disciple has been on raid rotation. So anyone that looking forward to their Val weapons, man, good luck. Good deal. That is right. Okay, cool. We might run a Val for funsies this week sometime. All right, well, let's get into the actual missions. What do we got this week? Visit the star chart. All right, let's get to it. On the way, we'll change our build to back to what I was using. There we go. All right, cool. So Val Disciple. I think the only thing that annoys me is Team Scorch, man. I will vehemently hate that game mode. I don't know what it is. Actually, I know exactly what it is. I just don't like it. It ain't nothing personal whatsoever. I just do not like Team Scorch, man. It is, oh man. I would honestly rather us have Supremacy, 8-man Rumble, anything. Well, let's be careful about that because I could say anything and there will be a way that there's something worse than Team Scorch. All right, let's get it. What do we got?
Guardian, Idol has taken action that may endanger us all.
Uh-oh.
She sent a message to Aramis. She invoked a ritual from the old crews, words with empty hands. It is a type of parley where no violence is permitted.
Oh, man.
Ido believes Aramis will follow the rules of her people. I am not so trusting. Should Aramis accept, I would ask that you accompany us. In the meantime, continue the fight. This may be a ploy, and we must not be fooled.
Uh-oh, I feel like...
I hope that she ignores Ido's request. But if she does not, know this. Aramis does nothing that is not to her benefit.
Facts, bro.
A word can do more damage than a blade. And Aramis is skilled at wielding both.
Yo, the Fallen are poets, dude. I'm liking the Fallen's demeanor and take on everything. Mithrax is beside himself with urgency. He tells you that Ido has reached out to Aramis. Ido invoked an old ritual followed by pirate crews. Words with empty hands, a type of parley. I'm going to go on a tangent about that in a minute. If Eris accepts, there will be a brief ceasefire as no violence is permitted at the parley. Still, Mithrax asks you to attend. This may be a ploy. We must not be fooled. Mithrax hopes that Aramis will ignore the request. He knows she will do nothing that is not to her benefit. Still, a word can do more damage than a blade. Man, that's nice right there. And Aramis is skilled at wielding both. So I can't remember whose lore video I watched because I watched them both, Marlon and Bife. But somebody talked about Aramis's history and how she would approach things. I'm thinking now in hindsight that it's Bife, but she would approach the like almost every situation. She would approach him with two hands empty, like that saying that he just said, and then two hands like behind her back, ready to pivot off of that. And so that's the type of vibe I'm getting. I think he's kind of right, but I also think that depending on what action we take, might also tip her hand. But we'll see. That's a good quote about her not also doing things to her benefit. Because I mean, when you think about it, that's how everybody operates, moves, right? Like they do be moving to their own benefit essentially. So, all right, well, that's that. Let's get into this the flow of it. Let's see what else we need to do then. All right, so defeat champions in Master Catch Crash grants additional progress. Okay, so we might do a Master Catch Crash. Yeah, we'll LFG Master one. I'm actually going to switch my build again then. Since we're going to do that instead of the normal. I need to go back to Ashes of Radiance, I guess. Which one was it? Wasn't that build? Was it Ashes of Radiance or was it Phoenix? Man, I can't remember which build it was now. I think it was the Elemental Phoenix. Let me double check real quick. I think that one was it, because Elemental Solus was something else, isn't it? Yeah, I guess that is it. You know what? I should run freaking Stasis, man. It's been so long since I ran Stacy. It ain't even funny. Alright. We're going to go with the other one now. Elemental Phoenix. Where I can still play with the theme. Alright, give it a second to adjust everything real quick, as always. What are the modifiers in Master Catch Crash while I'm waiting? Shielded foes, Ransacks. Ransacks. You know, I bet you they be having so much fun when they be making these names, dude. They got to. When somebody pointed out our Maety, I died laughing. Anti-barrier and overload. So, anti-barrier and overload LMG. Alright, so we technically won't be full on the theme, but we can be close enough. Alright, well, that's good enough. We'll just be lacking a void element, but we got everything else, I believe. Is that firepower? Yeah, it's firepower. Yeah, 2 firepowers and an elemental charge. Alright, we're set. We just need to find an LFG group. So, give me a second to dive into that. And we'll get it started. This one can go with LMG reloader. Bet. Actually, I can knock this down to small, right? Alright, everything looks good. LFG, here we go. Dang, they said champions, all the champions in the King's Fall. I'm curious just to see. I bet you the first weapon too is gonna be Doom and Chelchis this week, so everybody's gonna be in there for the hand cannon. When the hand cannon becomes available, everybody's gonna be in there. I already know it. Alright, I'm trying to join a Master Catch Crash, but everyone I join is freaking it gets full instantly, every single one I join. Yep, full again. Dang. That's a cool emblem. Master. Yep. Dude's name was Ballyhoo. That's funny. Yep, full again. Good gosh. Yep, full again. Holy. I guess everybody named Mama was like, yeah, oh, you get more points for Master? Sign me up. There we go. Maybe I found one. These names, bro, be hilarious. I swear, yeah. Alright, we'll see. If I don't get invited to this one, I guess I'll just make one. Well, I guess that one is it's closed. Unless the... Nah, it's working. Rock's OnlyFans. Alright, maybe I found one. Holy. Nope. Nope. Full again. Oh, nice. This dude said master catch, no stipulations. Let's see how this one goes. Hopefully I get the invite. Deary me. I might just end up running another one, normal one, man. There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Plush didn't build Cosby. Let's join Plush. He sent me the first one, so. Alright. Awesome. Let's see. Do I want to switch anything up? I know I want to run that elemental theme, but actually, let's just go with this one just to play it safe. So I got an extra, I got all elements covered. Solar. Yeah, okay, we're good. I don't know if anyone didn't join dude's post or what. Man, we might end up just running the normal version, son. I'll try to join one more post real quick. Oh, man. Never mind. Oh, well. I don't know what's up with the, I don't know what's up with the LOGs today, man. Oh, and then the dude that sent me the invite left. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the LOGs today, bro. What in the world? Sorry, though. Just give it a second. I guess I'll just have to find another group. Holy. The problem is the same problem, too. I keep joining a group, right? And as soon as I join it, it just fills up instantly, so. Dear me. Bring mods, no mic. There we go. Oh, well, of course that's filled. Man, all right, tell you what, I'm just gonna make my own post. I should have did that from the beginning, but all right. 1 second again. I know I keep saying 1 second, but. Alrighty, catch crash. And go. As quick as they filling up, I should have no problem whatsoever. There we go. Looks like I am the only warlock. Oh no, we got another warlock. anti-barrier. It is, what is the modifiers? Modifier is OV and anti, yep. So we're good. Shin mouth fur, come on in. And magnet, I guess. Alright, kick these other guys so they can get their spots filled. Okay. Who joined? Magnet and Shin Malfer. Alright, bet. Alright, and Shin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which one was Shin? Oh, that's right, Tron. Alright. I put ready in the chat. Bet. Always like to check and make sure. Speak now, forever holds your peace. Alright. After 3 years of waiting in the ether, we have finally obtained a crew to go tackle the catch crash. Dear me. I can just imagine how much fun it'd be to do the master raid. I can't wait to see what all types will be in there. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody rocking a kinetic anti set for me and the hunter. Alright, here we go.
Another catch engages us in battle.
I hate that Glaives weren't in the artifact mod this season, man. I really love using Glaives in in-game content. I mean, I guess you could, but you know, nowadays you kind of want to min-max your loadouts when dealing with the champs.
All LXD who wish to live beneath the great machine.
I hate Chafe, dude.
So it is
I
true.
hate not being able to see my radar.
I wonder if he
Radar gives you
forgives
so
me.
much information, it's crazy. It just really just helps me align myself with my allies and the enemies off of it. Thank you for the Arc Souls, buddy. I'm the only well, so I gotta be able to do this properly. The champions are the main thing anyway. Alright, let's kill that guy first. Alright, pull out the MG. They dropping? Yeah, they dropping already. I'm gonna go over to the right and get some hits on this one. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see the champ. They must have dropped him already. Gosh, I love Volt Shot, man. I can't wait till it gets on the hand cannon, bro. We already got it on, what's that? We already got it on a, and we already got Incandescent on a hand cannon. That's what I spent all my time at mostly this week was running straights, getting my, my hand cannon leveled up, son. So good. So good with explosive rounds, Incandescent, man. The enhanced version. That's honestly why I'm not like in a like breaking my neck to hop into master content either, because it's like I've been thinking a lot about the interaction between adept weapons and craftable weapons,
No surprise.
and like the chase form.
Eager to work for the
Like, I actually want to make like a video on this topic, like really just talking about it and just getting the thoughts out there and asking the community as well, like what they think and what do they think will be some solutions. But like, the main gripe I have with craftables and adepts, right, is that they kind of compete with each other a little bit too severely right now. To the point that I don't want to say I don't want, but I'm not motivated as much to go get the adept version of a gun if I have a craftable version. If you can understand what I mean. And the reason behind that mostly comes from the grind and time that I put into the craftable version, right? Like for instance, the forbearance. Finally got all my borders, got it done, leveled it up, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like if I get a adept one to drop, I'm probably not gonna keep it because of the enhanced perks. Like the fact that I can slot adept mods on it, I think that's a niche scenario to where most of the situation I would rather have the enhanced perk over the adept mod. And then vice versa for some people though. I've been talking to others and some people feel like adept versions, they would rather take those over the craftable weapons simply because they have an extra perk slot. And I definitely agree with that too, because it's super annoying that the craftables don't have an extra perk slot. However, they did say that they were looking into that. It's just an issue that is it's an issue that they have to tackle. So hopefully eventually craftables will be able to hold the extra slot. And if that's the case, then 2 enhanced perks on that slot of the craftable will definitely demotivate me from getting any raid weapon that has a duplicate that has a copy of it, right? Because even if it does come with craftable perks, the fact that if I can do that with my other one, the only thing that'll separate them is the stat package and the adept mods. And depending on the weapon, I might even be using counterbalance. Like, so for instance, where I'm using counterbalance or target and adjusting and stuff like that, I won't care about the adept mod. Because, you know, unless it's a case where I'm be using adept range or adept stability or adept handling, I guess those are the scenarios that you would want an adept version over, or adept charge time. But when it comes to like adept targeting, you know what I mean? Like I don't find myself, if I'm gonna use a target adjuster, I'm just use the base one. So I guess my main gripe really is I would like for them to separate the gap between adepts and normals, honestly, to make adepts more desirable in some form, and to actually, since we can craft a weapon, I think it'd be pretty cool as if on some level in the future, right? Like people that craft a gun, right, and play with it for a long time, it's gonna have a high level. At the beginning when you're wanting the perks and everything, it's a little bit daunting to grind up, but like once you unlock that final perk on like level 17, you know, you're pretty much set unless you want the memento on it and that extra little stat bump on level 20. So like let's say level 20 is the goal for every craftable weapon, right? Once you hit that 20 mark, right, there's no other leveling that really benefits crafting. I think it'd be cool if they applied like say level 30 or 50 or something like that, if you could actually slap an adept mod on that weapon, right? And then in some form or fashion, since that's the case, that adept mods could be usable on craftable weapons, then allow adept mods to be better in some other way, whether it be another origin trait or an extra adept mod. You know, I don't want to power creep too high, but at the same time, if we got to go through the master content to obtain the weapon, it should be somewhat more desirable. I don't want it to be insanely OP to the point where it's like the adept version is clearly better than the craftables, but at the same time, you should want to be able to chase the adept version because it is better in some slight way. But I feel like right now it's just too close that slight part doesn't matter as much, right? Like the extra stat bumps and everything else is nice too. Don't want to overlook that. But the way they currently are now, I think it would be cool. That's one thing that's always annoyed me as well about the adept mod system too, is that there's so many guns that you can't use adept mods on, and it would be really cool if you could on some other versions of them. I get their adept mods, but I think they could be more creative and find another way to make adept weapons stand out uniquely other than the mods themselves. And think about it, if it was more desirable, if it had that extra oomph kick in it, you would want to grind it. It wouldn't be a feeling of, oh, all right, let me just run this so I can get the title and then get out. You know, I don't care about it this season, you know? That's basically how I feel right now. Like, I would run some of the master content, but it wouldn't be for the loot. It'll simply be for the challenges. And they did say they were going to address adept weapons in the future. I'm just wanting to open up that discussion, right, and think about some of the options they could be doing. Might as well talk about it now before they do a situation, right? Like, even if they make adepts craftable, would you really want to obtain 5 borders of the same gun that you've already acquired a previous month before? Like, so for instance, I got my Zaoli's Bane done. It's crafted. It's good to go. Even if they make Zaoli's craftable, adept, I'm not going to be that motivated to chase it because that means that I'm going to have to get 5 red borders again. I'm going to have to craft it. I'm going to have to level it up. And I'm going to have to invest 4,000 mats to get the exact same perks that I'm going to use. So if anything, if I do end up getting a different version of it, I'm probably just going to slap a different combination of perks on it over my other one. Like that's currently how I'm feeling about it right now. And that's the reason why I guess. Okay, then you go crazy. Oh, he's trying to challenge him. See, I think it's an interesting topic to bring up with the depth mods and whatnot, because my fear is like they'll do something that isn't that that doesn't motivate the community to chase them, right? And then they'll just have to spend more time making them better in some way. So my thought process is if we open up this channel of communication early while they're working on them, they can hopefully implement some changes that sound good and fair for everyone. Versus, oh, they slightly buff adept versions, but I still don't want to chase them. Like, I would love for them to be desirable for sure. But I honestly, personally, don't know what they could do without introducing too much power creep. Like, I don't, like I said, I don't want it to feel like if I don't run a master raid, then I can't compete in any game mode. It shouldn't be like that. But it also should be like, dang, cool, bro, you got the adept version. I know that's gonna put in some work, right? Because that's how craftables feel right now with some of the enhanced perks, right? Like, there's no reason for me personally to use a legendary normal, not legendary normal, but an adept Zaoli's. Even if I had the same perks, I would still use enhanced explosive rounds and enhanced incandescent over a basic adept Zaoli's right now. And the funny thing is I run counterbalance on my Zaoli's because it puts the recoil direction at 100. I know it's already high, like 90 something, but trust me, try putting it at 100 and you'll see the recoil pattern is way better. And it's weird too. It's really weird that since it's that close, you would imagine that the recoil would be better, but I personally enjoy counterbalancing on. I'm just doing regular like PvE content. Of course I do adept, this, that, and the third, but yeah. And even in adept big ones, say you're using adept big ones, yeah, it does help for sure, but are you really using the primary to battle the boss? You might when you be out of ammo, and that'll help in those niche cases, but if anything, you'll probably go with major spec or boss spec dedicated over that if it's a heavy weapon or a primary. So it's just another reason why I feel like it would be fair if you added, since we have a progression system with our craftables, I think it would be fair if at a higher level that you could use adept adept mods on those. I think that'd be fair, right? Because people have been playing with as if the goal is for us to play with these guns for seasons on, and you know, you're gonna have to motivate us in some way too. And it's like, that's fine if they do that if they just keep that and do that with adept weapons, but you see what I mean about the grind though being extremely tedious and repetitive if you do that, because you'll obtain the borders on the first go round, you have to wait a month before the new raid to release on master, then you're gonna have to pray that your RNG is good enough for those red borders, and in the meanwhile you're gonna be deleting everything else that's not a red border. You see what I'm saying? So the loop itself, to me, I just hope that whatever they do, the loop doesn't feel the same. Whatever they do, I want the loop to be like, oh, cool, I got my red borders of normal version, but I can't wait for the master one to come out because the master is clearly better. Not by a long shot, but it's clearly something I desire. That's how I want to feel for the TLDR. So. But thank you for listening to my TED Talk rant, and if you guys have any suggestions, anything, man, just leave them either in the comments or just drop them up anytime, man. I love to have this conversation because I would like to see how other people feel as well. I have some people that feel like no matter what, they were using a adept version over a crafted one, which is fair. It's totally fair. And the reason behind that is because you can switch perks on the fly, which makes sense, yeah. But he also said that, I think he said his PvP version would be crafted if he could have one, and then his PvE one would be adept for the switchable perks. Which I definitely get that and understand that. If it's on some regular, decent, low-end content or like a master raid where you can switch, but in this case of like a GM or something, yeah, you wouldn't be able to switch perks. But it's a conversation I definitely like having, man. Like I love having these pieces because, like I said, getting other people's perspectives on it and understanding their point of views is opens up a good channel of communication. You can see things different. And with more information, man, you come back attack on it different. Why do we always get low tier when it comes to the champions, man? I think I've gotten platinum once.
It is our duty to assist.
Alright, did we finish this thing?
Possessed by Sabazon.
Okay, cool. Expedition buried treasure. We knocked it out in one run.
He will have much to learn.
I forgot I was a leader. Alright, that was a pretty smooth experience. I was able to talk my head off that whole run there. But yeah, that's basically how I feel about the whole adept weapons versus normal weapons debate. I just hope whatever they do, they make them more desirable than they are now. That's pretty much it. Expedition. Let's do that. What does these modify as? Stasis Singe, Void Singe, Ovian Unstop. I guess we can go back to our elemental. What's the name? Elemental Warrior.
You got a big ball of ether coming to back you up, hero.
Say less. Man, that means that next week must be what is it called? Rift. Next week must be Rift, and since this week is Team Scorch, I might play some comp today then. Funny is I actually need to finish leveling this sword up too. I like how none of us brought overloads. It's like yes and no. They'll be alright. You pick up two? What? I think this is what I need to do for the story mission anyway.
Quit wasting time, Guardian. Get that treasure haul on the move.
I can't wait to watch some of the content creators' videos on how Master went. I wonder how it's going for everybody so far. Alrighty. Oof. So Shadowheart does the little void effect thing as far as weakening goes. You got solar for your ignitions, but technically I'm not running any ignition on Warlocks. I guess solar would be better on a hunter to run with like Calibans maybe. So I guess arc on the Warlock would be better to run. Then I got Bolt Shot Scout, and I got a chill clip what's this thing called? Fusion Rifle. Which I often like to substitute out for Aegers when I'm not running a heavy for it. Man, I love Volt Shot. It's such a good perk. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be testing out Ruinous Effigy too for that. Let's try that right now when we got a chance. And then he said Explosive Wellmaker, right? Let's see if that works. Needs me some green ammunition. Oh, let me get some of these first. There we go. Drop some of these off. Man, something about trace rifles. That's one thing Chris said too in the podcast. He was talking about making trace rifles easier to use and better. Man, I cannot wait. Oh, word, just in time to see? Yeah, you know, I just thought about you too. I was like, you know what, I could be using Ruinous. I want to test it out real quick. Let me get these down because I think this is one of the goals for the season right here. Gotta use the expedition things.
That's what you Guardians call it, correct?
There we go. They are spilling out, bro. It's funny I'm glad they use this mechanic with the Grasp of Avarice. Is very fitting too. Try it out real quick. Oh, it makes it, bro. It makes it. It makes it. All right, let's see if it does again. Yeah. Yep. So it counts as explosive damage. Ruinous Effigy, the little ball, and Explosive Wellmaker. So you could literally just go Ruinous Effigy, Explosive Wellmaker, and Healing on any class. Nice. No, nice for you, son. Nice. That was your suggestion. That's what's up. That's the stuff I'm talking about. See, that little feather is in my cap now. So if I ever want to implement a healing scenario build, it'll definitely be with Ruinous Effigy or a Trace Rifle. Yeah. Yeah, that's funky, bro. That's funky. I like that. Yeah, so see, man, this is what I mean. This is what motivates me to do build crafting and stuff like that, bro. That's so smooth. That is so smooth. I love that. So I'm thinking you got to be around at least two adds in order to pull that off. Let me see. Let me try to get around just two. Yeah, 2 adds minimum to pull it off. But you can definitely do it. Oh, wow. That is smooth, dude. Give me a second. I'm writing something down right now, so I don't forget my tangent. That's what I mean, man. That's why I be having random tangents, bro. I swear, brain be moving like a web. I just want to make sure I document this real quick. Ruinous and Explosive Wellmaker. Big ups. Shout outs to Mr. Code Juice in the chat for the suggestion. That's what I'm talking about, man. Good deals, bro. Good deals. Telling you, bro, what is it? Knowledge is powerful, but it's the application of knowledge that is true power, bro. Love it, son. Love it. Motivation right there. All right, cool. Keep that knowledge in my cap. And so the next question I want to find out, bro, whenever we run together again, does this with Ruinous Effigy work with Collective Obligation? Is making them purple? Can you get the purple nipple from Ruinous Effigy if I use if you use Collective Obligation if I use Ruinous Effigy? That's the next question I want to figure out. Dang! He was like, get back. But yo, that's dope suggestion right there, Cool Juice. Keep them coming, dog. That's some nice info right there. So you could technically run a stasis build, right? Shatter stuff, make explosive well makers, and then you could be running Ruinous Effigy. Yeah, okay, I like that. You don't think it does anything with Void though, which sucks? Yeah, hopefully they're looking at that. Hopefully that's one of the things they're looking at, is like some cool interaction between Ruinous, but I don't know how much they could take it because they change it too much, man. It'll literally be broken. It's a good gun now. It's just not used often, but it's really good. I swear, if we get a Stasis Glaive, I'm gonna be using so many funky combos, and Ruinous is definitely gonna be one of them. Ruinous falls into that category for me with like a great utility because you can shoot it, you can turn an enemy to an orb, and then you can use the melee technique to save ammo. Only thing I can think of is Volatile. Yeah, I think you're right, bro. As right now, Volatile is probably the only thing that really vibes with it. I think you're 100% right. Yeah, because what do you got? Volatile, you got Weaken and Suppression. I'm gonna read it. Give me a second.
Don't worry, young knight.
Complete the pirate hideout or Rosk, the bully. Alright, what was I wanted to read this real quick.
It is no longer that way beneath the great machine.
Transmutation spheres. Hey, transmutation. Not presumptuous denial. It's the weapon of the master, man. I'm telling y'all. Transmutation spheres you create can be picked up and wielded as weapons by you or your allies. Light attack, heavy attack, guard, or drain. Okay. Final blows. Yep, transmutation spheres. This weapon deals increased damage against targets damaged by transmutation spheres. So yeah, that's it. The guard and the drain is what catches me off because it turns them purple, but I'm guessing that's what the catalyst does. I guess that's what's happening. It is the increased damage of them because I don't see any other text that says anything else. So yeah, you're probably right. It would be nice if it suppressed them then, I guess. Suppressed or weakened. But then, ooh, Ruinous Effigy would be goated then, bro. Imagine if you could suppress... Postmaster completely aspect. Bro, it's just that the Postmaster. All right, let's go there real quick. Yeah, if you could suppress or weaken with that, bro, you could use like Trapper's Ambush on Hunter and just go crazy. What was the last thing you said? Like if you use the fragment with volatile rounds with grenade kills. Yeah, it's really good with that combo. You get the grenade kill and then it's be spitting out volatile rounds while turning people into orbs too. Yeah, it's really good. I love the playstyle Ruinous. I haven't used it in a long time. But I'm a big trace rifle / auto rifle fan. I guess because like Destiny's gunplay feels so good that with auto rifles and trace rifles, you just end up shooting them for a long time instead of like, you know, pacing or taking your time with shots. I need to keep that so it fuse. Let's lock it so I don't forget it. Like Wave Splitter, yeah, that is right. Wave Splitter suppresses when you pick up the orb. Okay, so that's the synergy that works. Yeah, so they might not even mess with Ruinous like that. They probably don't want them to tread on each other's toes. I'm glad you said that. I totally forgot that Wave Splitter now suppresses. So you could do some synergy with Wave Splitter and Collective Obligation. Yeah. I would still probably like using Ruinous Effigy just because of the meme and fun factor, but that is right. Thank you for reminding me about that. I totally forgot. All right. Wait a minute. Is this red border? This is red border. Why did I not use this yet? I'm tripping, bro. Okay, I need to infuse that right there. Yeah, I'm sitting here holding on to red borders in the post, bro, waiting for them to just get pushed out. Your boy is tripping. This is the role of my Deliverance too, by the way, for everyone that was noticing. But chill clip, kinetic slot. Like I said, this is gonna be the theme of all day's build, so I'm gonna run some of y'all into the ground with this. But the Sieg Heart, aka all for one and all combo. What you want to do is, I normally set up my loadout first, and then I change my subclass based off of that, but you can do either or. You can choose your favorite subclass and then try to line them up. But kinetic slot, use Stasis, Chill Clip, Aegir Scepter is a good option. You also have Riptide with auto-loading Chill Clip, a really good weapon, or any Headstone weapon in your kinetic slot. Your energy slot and your heavy slot, you can pivot off of whatever, but you have the option between the Volt Shot perk, which is on 2 guns currently, that sidearm I just deleted, and this Scout. So the Scout can actually do anti-barrier capabilities for in-game content. You have Incandescent as the other option, right? Oh, this doesn't have Incandescent. Whoops. Incandescent as the other option. The BXR is Pulse Rifle, unstoppable this season, right? So that carries those 2 elements. So you can basically pivot off of whichever, because there's a couple options that have Incandescent. You have this in the heavy slot, and you also have the Cry Mutiny, which was the seasonal grenade launcher. Or you could go with Volt Shot for the, what is it? This one right here that I have not obtained. I got the roll, but I don't have it on this character. The Sales Spy Pitch Glass can roll a Volt Shot. However, it is not that viable. This is merely like a build concept. So if there's any other weapons that come out with Volt Shot, it's just demonstrating that you can wield all elements on one build if you wanted to. And for the Void, because there isn't technically a Void debuff that you can use, the only thing that's possible is Repulsor Brace. But because of that, the other options that I like using is Tractor Cannon, because you can suppress and weaken, right? And then you also have the sword that I just put on, Shadowheart. So that allows you also to weaken and tap into the Void element. And then, like I said, whatever you didn't cover in whatever spaces, you can swap to your subclass. So for this instance, since I got Stasis, Arc, and Void, that means that I need to be using Solar subclass, which I am on. and boom. And since it's not tied to any exotic, right, you can use whatever build on any class. So another cool way to switch it up would be rock Incandescent here, rock Volt Shot there, rock Stasis there, and then I would do a Void subclass, and then probably do something like Controverse Holds. Floor is endless, and since, like I said, it's not tied to an exotic, it's not tied to a class, it's not tied to a build, you can technically do this whole scenario on any subclass. You just need to, if you wanted to play to the theme, just match the corresponding weapons in the loadout sectors. But yeah, that's the whole concept of the build, and love to share it with everybody. So, like I said, today I'm gonna be probably running that with a few builds I have in mind. But let's continue our now that the rant's done. Let's continue our what's the name? I don't have Acre Scepter on me, so I probably got on another character. But there are a few options. Like I said, Headstone's a good option for your kinetic stasis if you didn't want to go with Chill Clip. Why did I come here? Before I got on a tangent, I was gonna do something and I straight up forgot it, dude. Oh yeah, I was gonna infuse my kinetic. For now, I won't infuse the Izanagi's because I'll just end up infusing it later into something else. So we'll just use this as a sub dummy. And then I'll just infuse that into something more versatile in the future whenever I change my mind. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And over time, as more weapons drop with more perks, you'll have more options to tailor this loadout. I just want to simply show that this combination is possible, and just promote it as much as possible. That way the community can come up with some crazy builds and be looking forward to it, because that's the thing too, right? If they introduce more perks that synergize, which they said that was the plan, that synergize with our elements and subclasses, we're good. So like I said, at the current moment, right, we don't have anything for Void. We got Repulsor Brace, but technically you have to be on Void, or someone has to be Void debuffing for you to take advantage of it. So that kind of leaves Void out of there, which is why I like using Shadowheart or Tractor Cannon, or just using the Void subclass in general. But take this off actually.
I greet you in the light. I hoped we could speak.
There we go.
Secure the relic, and we shall
But
do
yeah,
so.
I know not every game mode has match game or whatever, but this is clearly just like a build concept for fun. And like I said, the more options we get, the more setups like this will be possible to have fun with and experiment with. Now that we can actually use a build with all elements, wasn't currently possible previously until this season dropped. Now that we have the Arc Verb at our hands, and I guess technically you could use a blinding grenade launcher, but it doesn't technically have the Arc Blonde. So, but you know, you still could do that if you wanted to substitute something else. I think the next grenade launcher that would be super blessed or gas would be a grenade launcher that came with like incandescent blinding, bro. Woof. Or Volt Shot blind, bro. Woof. Because we already got the Chill Clip. That's right. That's another good option in the kinetic slot. You have Lingering Dread as auto-loading Chill Clip. So, but I think one of my favorite combinations is definitely running Aegir Scepter in that kinetic slot. Probably like Aegir Scepter, BXR, and like off put in my last one with like the Cell Spot probably. Yeah, the Cell Spot Pitch Blast. And then just running on a Void subclass for debuffs with Controverse Holds. I think that's how it originally started for me. It's like, can you run all three elements, right? Because like I'm a big fan of some animes. One of my favorite ones being Rave Master in the past. And there's a character in there, Sieg Hart. He's a elemental master, right? And me being a big brain warlock main, you know what I'm saying? I was like, can we copy that? Can we tap into all the elements? And then slowly tinkering after time, I was like, wait a minute. It's like, yo, you can. So it's like I went through, started looking at every subclass and every class. And it's like, okay, if you do it this way, you do it this way. So it's like basically playing elemental Sudoku, trying to figure out where you can put all your mods and stuff. And since they're done with 3.0s, right? Hopefully we have elemental mods in the future, which would be cool. Like mods that help promote verbs, right? Like things like Font of Might and stuff like that. Different mods that help us pull off those techniques. And so maybe we could get more bang for our buck that way. I'm hoping we get some mods next season because I feel ragged running all these old mods. I feel like I've used almost every combination that that I've wanted to use with these mods now, and a small addition to them would shake things up. Because when the elemental shards came out, that shook up the stasis game all the way. At least for me personally, that's when I made my Titan Heisenberg build, and oh my god, one of my favorite stasis Titan builds to this day, Titan Heisenberg. Because if you don't know, with the elemental shards, right, you can just simply slap a stasis nade on the ground, crystal, break it, right, or use headstone too, by the way. Break the crystal, get the shard, and then if you have elemental shards, it'll treat it like an elemental wall, right? It's pretty common knowledge, but that essential common knowledge, in my mind, makes Behemoth one of the best support charge with light allies in the game, because all you need to do is break a crystal, charge yourself up, and if you have powerful friends on, you can charge the whole crew. So you don't need to use Supreme Wellmaker and pop a super. Instead of wasting the whole super, you can just benefit everybody by breaking a crystal. Whether it be your own grenade, your allies' grenade, a headstone crystal, there's lots of ways to do that. But that alone, one of my favorite combos to run on Stasis Titan is elemental charge, stasis, elemental shards, right? And then high energy fire, font of might, and elemental time dilation. Because high energy fire and font of might stack, and then with time dilation, I think you get like 12 to 15 seconds. So it's literally like a really cracked out stasis build. And then in my kinetic, I use something like Thoughtless, and then in my heavy, I use Reed's Regurt, and boom, both of them are doing increased damage. And since I'm on stasis, they're getting that extra font of might buff too, and so it's hitting for some really high numbers. And so yeah, that just goes to show you one mod changed the game like that, the stasis shards. So I'm really looking forward to some mods and hoping they bring some more this season coming. I know I straight just talked through her whole conversation, but yeah, sorry. My random tangents, man, they just be popping up and I can't stop. Oh man, the cutscene. All right, we're gonna shut up this time. At least I think it's a cutscene because it went straight to fade to black. Normally when it does that, it makes sure I got my drip right. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, they gave me a second, right? Yeah, they gave me a second. Do we want to change the drip at all? I normally like rocking my monk robes, man. These are my favorite freaking warlock ornaments to this day. But I guess we'll keep the Phoenix protocol thing on. I do like to change this helmet though. All right, we're actually, yeah. All right, let's just pull out a sword so we can watch third person. All right, let's see what they got to say.
You taught me to honor Elixni tradition. Aramis-Kell agreed to parley. You cannot lose faith in the old ways now.
This is a mistake, Ido. Aramis listens to one voice only, and it is not ours.
I may draw power from the voice in the darkness. But I am an Elixni-Kell, and I fight for the liberation of our people.
Okay.
A true Kell serves their house. You serve only the witness.
And who do you serve? I agreed to meet with Elixni, not a light bearer.
Hey man, I'm standing right here.
The Guardian is here for your protection.
Aramis-Kell, as scribe of House of Light, I feel compelled to tell you, there is another force searching for these relics. I see. And who are these new meddlers, exactly?
One of many you have wronged, perhaps.
We did not identify the force, but they dispatched your associates with ease. We have in them a common enemy. We have always had a common enemy. Abandon your pathetic attempts to appease your oppressors. Join me. Together we'll use these relics to achieve true freedom for the Elixni.
No. The relics pose too great a threat. They cannot fall to warmongers like you. None know of their destructive power better than you, Mizrax.
Oh, she throwing salt in there? Uh-oh.
It was centuries ago. I am no longer that person.
No. You are the same as ever. I want to know the truth. Will I have to hear it from her?
Oh, now we get a cut. Okay.
Centuries ago, when the Elixni first came to this system, when your father was just a hatchling, our people had nothing. So, when they discovered Nezarec, disciple of the Witness, entombed in the Lunar Pyramid, they harvested its dark power for themselves, and for the future of our people. Mithrax inherited one of these relics, and its power ensnared him. He sought more, no matter the cost. But the more his crew had, the less they shared. That became the way of things. Elixni turned against Elixni.
Yo, he made him walk the plank.
Turned against friend. Over time, the relics of Nezarec were separated and scattered across the galaxy. Their influence faded, but the stains of their power endure. Mithrax fled from the butchery he was born into. He claims he has changed, and now lives a life of piety. But no matter how he tries to bury his past, with selfish displays of generosity and scraps of stolen wisdom, Mithrax will always be a liar, a thief, and a killer. Open your eyes, young scribe. Every light casts a shadow.
Idol, please. Let me explain.
Dang, that was deep. Every light casts a shadow. Yo, my boy Mithrax made them fools walk the plank though. And then they straight scattered your boys' remains, Nezarec's. They straight scattered your boys' Nezarec's remains across the galaxy like some Dragon Balls. Oh man, I should have took a picture with the crew. Dang, I missed my opportunity. I should have worn Nezarec's here, bro. That would have been really fitting. That would have been really fitting to rock Nezarec's in this part. Okay, let's go to here. Dang. Yeah, so for anyone wanting to do the story mode or whatever, I think it'd be really fitting if you rock Nezarec's Sin here and the robe. I wish I would have known, because I definitely would have played up to that theme. That would have been perfect. They'd be like, oh, what, you got the helmet back? Where you get this from? Oh, snap. All right, let's go see what's going on here. I mean, that's why it's important to get perspectives, right? Because I guess at the time he felt like he had to do those things he did, given the current situation. Like, if you understand the lore of the Elixni and the whirlwind and everything, you come across a pyramid ship and you see some power, man, you know, if you down bad, hey, don't blame him for doing what he's doing, bro. Survive and whatnot. Was it right or wrong? That's another debate. But the thing is you gotta be able to put yourself in somebody's shoes, man, and understand their perspective if you really want to get them, not just suppress them. So I really like looking into this.
Mithrax Kell of House Light. My father, a murderer, and a liar.
He sounds like a guardian.
Learning the truth is difficult, but the sharpest pain comes from the fact that he didn't tell me earlier. I was aware he had a past, but In a way, Aramis-Kel showed me who my father is today. And who he sees when he looks at me. He must think I am unable to understand, or he doesn't care whether or not I do. I am either underestimated or dismissed. And I could take only one lesson from this. My own father does not want me to know him. Our priorities have not changed. We must stop. Place my own feelings above our mission.
I sound like you got a Nindo, girl. A ninja way.
Is.
That's what's up. Ido's disappointment is evident in her voice. My father, she says, a murderer and a liar. Sounds like a guardian. Crow anyone? She is still coming to the terms that with what Aramis revealed to you both about Mithrax's past. I mean, everybody has a past, though, you know, and the reasons why they do it, I think context and nuance is key, and that's often overlooked in a lot of situations and scenarios. We often generalize things, or we put things in a box, or, you know what I'm saying, we look at it from, a detached perspective. But as much as the reasoning, like I said, the nuance, the setting, and the context is really key. But learning the truth is difficult, but the sharpest pain comes from the fact that he did not tell me earlier. I can only take one lesson from this. My own father does not want me to know them. I don't think he wants you to know the past him. Every parent tries to protect their kids from everything, really. Every parent does that I've known. Ido pledges to continue with this mission despite her feelings of betrayal. I will not become the hypocrite that my father is, she says bitterly, and cuts the hollow feed. So there's the resentment right there. You're in your teen years, I can tell, Ido. It's quite fine. It's understandable. As children, don't we always tend to rebel from their parents? Don't they always? It does seem to be sometimes that moment, right, of distrust, or you feel like you lied to, or something wasn't as honest as it came out to be. Is that moment where you start questioning everything, and it's hard to keep your confidence in someone that you have confidence in someone and for so long, right? Prime example, I know it's an anime, but Itachi and Sasuke. When Sasuke first found out that Itachi did everything he did, the reason that he did, right? Context and nuance. Didn't Sasuke's whole dogma change? He literally flipped sides from like, I'm an Avenger, to I'm Akatsuki or Taka, whichever one he claimed. And then Sasuke went on this whole rampage, right? He even attacked the 5 Kage Summit. So it's like, yeah, man, once you have more context and once you understand things, they change. Perspectives do change.
What catches your eye?
Man, you clown. Oh, now you got red borders. Now you got red board. What happened the first 2 weeks, bro? You wildin'. Spider looks at the weapon you won, then back at the weapon. This isn't right, he whispers to himself. He fixes you with an icy stare. I'll let you know when I get more engrams to distribute, Guardian, he growls. And no more funny business. It sounds like you trying to play us, man. I just jammed another signal, Ido reports through your radio. Any change? You tell her that you just had another lucky round of Spider's game. Ido thinks. You won the initial round, then lost the second two. Is it possible that Spider has some sort of cheating device and intended that you win once to build your confidence, then lose every time after that? Yo, if it is, Spider is the ultimate gambler. I will continue to disrupt signals as I come across them, she said, in the name of fairness. That's what's up. So Spider's a fiend, dude. Spider's a straight up fiend.
Happy hunting.
Man, don't talk to me, dog. You trying to play me and now you give me red borders? I don't want to hear none of that. Put you on that battle bus over there. All right, are we missing any messages?
Baron Spider,
Baron? I haven't heard that in some time. What is it you want, Scribe Idol?
I have heard that you have a great interest in human cultures, and as such have acquired many curiosities.
Yes. I had quite the collection before my unfortunate relocation. But this isn't why you hailed me. Get to the point.
This guy's savage, dude.
my father came from the House of Wolves, once known as the House of Gentle Weavers. I have very little record of that time. A first-hand account would be invaluable.
Kel wouldn't like my speaking to you.
Mizrax Kel would understand. This is important to the history of House Light, of which you are a part.
You don't know what your father is capable of, little scribe.
Yeah, because if he was with the Kel of Wolves...
This conversation never happened.
Yo, if he was with the Kel of Wolves, I wonder if he clashed with Saint in the past, bro. I can't remember. There's a lore card before Saint goes looking for Osiris. I'm talking about old D1 Grimoire, right? Where it's the whole lore where Saint head bashes a Kel. I can't remember which Kel that was, but it would be very interesting if that was the Kel of Wolves. Regardless, I think the Kel of Wolves clan, did they make the Lord of Wolves? That would be fitting, right? If they made Lord of Wolves? Or it had something to do with it? Okay, so we're step 41 of 62, so I'm guessing we're going to take a little hiatus, maybe. I hope I went to the helm. Yeah, I did. I forgot to drop off the relics. I need to go do that and then hopefully turn in this repute and maybe get another red border. All right, so we're actually making good progress on these red borders now. These first few weeks, man, feeling time gated. It's a 79. Yeah, we just deleted because I got an 80 a second ago, so I shouldn't need it. Should not. We'll see, though. All right, let's drop these relics off. Is this another one? Yeah. What you got?
Guardian, we intercepted another of Aramis Kel's transmissions. This time to the pirate lord Alax.
It is finally time for the Elixni to take their rightful place in the Sol system. We've struggled for too long under the boot heels of others. Hive and Cabal rain artillery down upon us. The Vex steal every last scrap for themselves. And the Lightbearers hunt us for sport.
She ain't lying about that last part.
This system will soon enter a new age. One of Elixni prosperity. Be sure you're on the right side of it, Alax.
I wonder what the witness promised Aramis Kel in exchange for the relics. Clearly it was a persuasive offer.
Persuasive indeed. All right. Was that last week's relic or was that the relic that I had this week? I don't think I picked up a relic this week, did I? We'll fly out and fly right back in real quick just to see if they reset. Oh man, the red border's dropping like candy today. What is this? I'll be done with my red borders tonight. All right, fly back in real quick. I just want to make sure I got all my my relics deposited because I had to play catch up today before reset and drop some off. Well, not drop some off, but I had to play catch up with last week's story, and then today we just completed this one. So, also, what do I need for repute? Medium treasure beacon. Also decipher the medium treasure beacon available from the star chart in the helm. Okay, so I need to track that one because I'm like right there on that. And then powerful fallen and relic. Yeah, see, so I had a relic placed, so I did the right thing by going to orbit. So that was last week's combo. So what's this week's? Yep, here we go.
Our parlay with Aramis Kel has changed everything, though not in the way I had hoped. I understand the relics now, the potency of their darkness, and Aramis Kel's use of the old pirate crews to hunt them. Even my father's reticence. But this is not about the House of Light. This is about the mysterious disciple. The many tombs of Nezarec are well known, though the being itself is less thoroughly documented. I will delve into the Cryptarchy's records and see what I can uncover.
Yeah, girl, do that. Do that, please. Because you know what? I'm going to help you with that, actually. Oh, yeah, they also said engrams are bugged, and I noticed this myself, too. I popped the engram, and I was like, oh, I don't have that shader before? And I buy, like, every shader, because I'm a what is it, Destiny fiend, right? Like, I love fashion in the in-game. But, yeah, it popped up, and I thought about it. I was like, I guess I didn't have that shader. But then I think I seen something on one of the socials, and they were saying how engrams were bugged. So I don't know how much you want to pop that, but let's see. Spider be scamming people. Yeah, Spider is a fiend, dude. Spider's a fiend. I don't know why that message is popping up just now, but it's all good. But yeah, Eververse is another rant I want to go on. But what I did want to do, though, is I wanted to talk about Nezarec real quick. Because I remember reading the lore, like, you know, sometimes you get bored, you just want to dive into the lore. Sometimes you just read it. One of my favorite lore pieces is the Boots of the Assembler, because they talk about, from Savathun's perspective, and they talk about how she was trying to get the light or whatever. But, yeah, Nezarec's lore. Let's talk about that real quick. Okay, so now that we have context on Nezarec, right? Let's really dive deep real quick. He is that which is an end. Makes sense. Final shape, disciple of the witness. And he shall rise again. All right. So we have confirmation that Nezarec is indeed a he, and he is some sort of a disciple to the witness. We know this for sure now, right? Because of the story that we just heard, that they found him on the Lunar Pyramid. So Nezarec used to drive the Lunar Pyramid. Now it's on not Uber. Now it's a Tesla, just sitting there idle. And now your boy Callis then communed with it last season, the season of Haunted. So I'm guessing Nezarec pulled up during the collapse, maybe? Or he had to pull up sometime prior to the collapse or during the collapse, right? Because I don't think that pyramid was in the moon the whole time humanity was there. It could have been, but let's go with the previous fact, right? Like the lunar pyramid pulled up during the collapse, just trying to take us out, whatever. So let's go from there. That passage is from Of Hated Nezarec, a pre-Golden Age text. Okay, so it was pre-Golden Age that this text came from. Now, mind you, some of this might have changed, right? Because Nezarec Sin is an OG exotic. Came out during freaking Red War campaign. So this idea, right, the whole conception of Nezarec was definitely implemented then. Whether they're following the same theme, whether the same devs are working on it or whatnot, it's up to debate, right? I mean, a prime example that I can think of is the Drifter quest. When we chose a side and it said it would affect us in the future, it never did. 15th Wish. They could still be holding on to that, but I'm pretty sure like maybe the original plans have altered somewhat. So let's leave room for that, but let's also have fun speculating too. This is where I get my kicks anyway. You can do what you will. He is that which is an end, and he shall rise again. Passage from Of Hated Nezarec, a pre-age golden text. He is that which is an end, that which covets sin, the final god of pain, the purest light, the darkest hour. Chantry of the darkest hour, anybody? And he shall rise again. It's a couple times they repeated that he'll rise again. When the guiding shine fades and all seems lost, he will call to you. Fear not. All he offers is not as dark as it may seem. For Nezarec is no demon, but a fiend, arch and vile, in many ways unknown. He is a path and a way, one of many. And his sin, so wicked, so divine, is that he will never cower when dusk does fall, but stand vigilant as old stars die and new light blinks its first upon this fetid eternity. Passage from Of Hated Nezarec. Pre-age golden text, people. So, what I'm basically getting from this, right, is now that the context that we got, Nezarec being a disciple of the witness and all, you know what I'm saying? He is evidently going to rise again. So, let's compound that knowledge with the wish wall, not the wish wall, the wall from Vowed Disciple when we know, well, not know, but the prophecy, right? That the wall says in Vowed the Disciple, that eventually the witness is going to arrive and drink the light. I hate I don't have the exact thing in front of me so I can completely reference it, which I'll probably end up doing as a random tangent later on this week. But let's keep that in mind when we're thinking about it, right? Why does that keep popping up? Nezarec is from a pre-Golden Age text. We know that Clovis Bray was influenced some way by the darkness because exos were built and he did the whole thing that he did. Deepstone Crypt has a one of those statues in it. I don't know if it's the witness or I don't know if it's another disciple of the witness, right? But we know he was influenced by the darkness in some form or fashion. So it wouldn't be a far stretch that Nezarec also had dominion during that time or maybe influenced some of the Golden Age people. But I do find it very interesting that Nezarec Sin was an OG exotic implemented in the game, and now they're actually starting to touch upon it. We got the ornament during Forsaken, so it was definitely on their mind. And think about the name of the ornament, Afraid of the Dark. Very good vibes I'm getting from this. And not to mention, one more thing that I want to touch on, just a way that I want to show that how all this is operating and making sense to me, or just like mental notes that I take note of, and then when they pop back up, I consider them. The Robes of Nezarec came out this season, huh? So Nezarec's definitely getting a lot more shine. And the season before that, what did we get? Nezarec's Whisper. So let's pivot off to that real quick. Let's see if there's any connection between Nezarec's Whisper and Nezarec's Sin. So I'm really liking this, how they're taking the story approach. So maybe next season we'll actually get to deal with Nezarec, or he'll have some influence, some way, form, or fashion. Okay, rise, disciple, and bear this gift with pride. Rourke, disciple of the witness. Okay, so this is Rourke speaking. With my headset, wisps of soul fire swirl amid the geometric growths of stasis that jut from the dusty cavern floor. The sundered remains of Hive knights enthralled, frozen within the crystals. Detrius of the recent battle crunches under Eris's boots. Okay, so this is Eris's perspective. Ahead, the stark angles of the lunar pyramid rise before her. Red phantoms hang in the air and shimmer like specks of dust against its enormity. Raising her Ahamkara bone to her lips, Eris blows across its surface as if she were extinguishing a tiny candle. The world around her blurs and bends, and then she is elsewhere. The heart of the pyramid. A veiled statue towers over Aramis, vaguely feminine in form. Ah, so that's that statue that's also, right? Also, at the end of the Garden of Salvation raid. I remember my feelings when I got done beating Garden of Salvation for the first time and the pyramid ship floated up, right? And we got down to the loot and we seen the statue there. It was like, a lot of things just hit me and made sense. It was like, oh, the Vex been worshiping this, you know what I'm saying? But another tangent. Let's not get too far. Let's stay on Nezarec. The heart of the pyramid. A veiled statue towers over Eris, vaguely feminine in form, though she is not convinced of its Apothian silhouette. She raises her soul fire-shrouded Ahamkara bone once again. Stasis encrusts its surface, much as it had years ago when she first harnessed such power. Ah, that is right. Eris did approach the statue. So she's talking about the pyramid on the moon. Because if it's the same that she's referencing, that's the one where she got stasis from in the cutscene at the end of Shadowkeep. Also slightly connected to Garden of Salvation. Eris turns to inspect the vast interior of the pyramid. It is quiet. It is dead. Not unlike the one in Savathun's throne world. Ah, okay, so it's putting a time frame on it. So she's been to the one in the throne world. This is definitely after Witch Queen. Her eyes narrow. She clutches the Ahamkara bone in her right hand again. No, in her hand again, sorry. And she is elsewhere. A chamber. It is cavernous. It is dark. Strange. Bisected statues of stratified minerals like the cathedral-like walls and culminate at the far end before a yawning opening that empties into perpetual nothingness. Sounds like the Chantry of the Darkest Hour, which is Calluses. You know what? Just for fun, we're going to run that mission after this just to get more context. On the floor, a length of unidentified metal caked in centuries of dust catches her eye. A glaive. Eris lifts it into her hand. Striations of red illuminate on the surface and throb like a heartbeat. The glaive's power feels faint, distant, and yet an ember of something still terrible burns within. No, an ember of something terrible still burns within. Where are you? Eris whispers into the air. There is no reply. So, wow, okay. Eris basically goes on a mission with her Ahamkara bone that saved her life and goes to the pyramid ships. Once she does, which one did she go to? Okay, so she went to the lunar one first. Ahead, the stark angles of the lunar pyramid rise before her. Okay, yeah, so she went to the lunar one first. So I wonder if she's hallucinating here or if she literally got teleported to those other locations. Because then at the end, right, it says Eris blows across the surface as if she were extinguishing a tiny flame. The world around her blurs, and then she is elsewhere. So is she literally elsewhere or is she elsewhere in her mind? I think she's literally elsewhere, right? because at this final one, right? It says on the floor, a length of unidentified metal caked in centuries of dust catches the eye. So it's been sitting there for a long time for dust to just like cake it, right? Like think of your room, right? If you don't clean a part of your room for a while, there's a little dust over there, right? This is caked in dirt. So I'm talking about you've been gaming so hard, you ain't even see this right here, right? So it's literally been there for a good while. It's a glaive. Eris lifts it into her hand. So she literally lifts it. So unless she's hallucinating, which I doubt it, right? Because we actually have the whisper. She literally got teleported to those different parts of the pyramid. So she got teleported to 3 different pyramids. Or unless it's the same one. Because she was on the lunar one. You know what? It's the lunar one. She just got teleported to different parts in the lunar pyramid. Okay. Yeah. Because it teleports her from... Where is it at? The lunar is rise before her. Okay. So it teleports her into the heart of the pyramid. Then she's looking at the statue, right? She inspects the vast interior of the pyramid. It's quiet, you know what I'm saying? Not unlike the one. So it's similar to the one in Savathun's throne world. She narrows her eyes. She clutches the Carbone in her hand again, and then she's elsewhere. So I wonder if she's making wishes with the Carbone, or what interaction the Carbone's having as well with the pyramid ships. That's curious as well, because that's something I almost overlooked. But the fact that she's using the Carbone is interesting as well. All right, so just for fun, right, since we're on Nezarac's vibe, let's go to the Chantry of the Darkest Hour and see if we can grab any more insight. So I believe that's on the moon, and that is part of one of these, right? The Sever missions. Is it Shame? Is it the final one? 1 second. Let me make sure I'm choosing the right one. Return to the Underbelly with Keitel. Nightmare that she chooses to complete. Which one is is Shame? Shame isn't the first one, right? Hidden agents have found ingress into the lower armory decks. Infiltrate the Underbelly with Crow. Yeah. So it's resolved. Should be the one. Is it resolved though? Is resolved the one with the Chantry of the Darkest Hour? Well, we'll see. Why not? So yeah, Nezarac's is interesting, especially to me, because it feels like from a creator's perspective, right? This obviously is a plot line they have wanted in the game for a long time. Whether it's still the OG original plot line or it's one that's altered over time due to life factors, right? Somebody quit, somebody's not working there no more, things change in narrative, right? But the fact that Nezarec was in OG and now we're still talking about him now definitely means that this was some sort of thought process from before then, and it definitely interests me. So I don't think, this isn't it, right? No, this isn't it. So where was Chantry of the Darkest Hour at? Was it in any other place? This might be it. We'll finish running this just to see.
The Leviathan's transformation is a spreading miasma. When we stop here,
I'm really curious, man. Like I said, one of the main things I love is the lore in this game, man.
see this through with you. Come to challenge me again.
Nah, this isn't it, because this has Gaul in it. Yeah, I don't think this is it. I'll have to go back and personally watch some footage on Chantry of the Darkest Hour then. Dang, where was... Let me double check to make sure I'm not missing anything, man. Because it wasn't a server quest right now. It's not on Castellum. It's not in Duality. What's Rage? Hidden agents have found ingress into the engineering. But Keitel has rushed ahead to make her own assault. Track her down. Yeah, because that's right. It comes out in order, right? It comes out Shame first. Then it was Reconciliation, Grief, Forgiveness, Rage, Resolve. Alright. So, we'll just run this one, but we can still talk about Nezarec some more. But yeah, Nezarec was definitely interesting to me. Like when you finally read some of the lore or whatever. I remember reading it around Forsaken time or whatever. Cause 2 of my favorite lore cards was that one, and I think Ahamkar's Grasp from the Warlock. Cause Ahamkar's Grasp from the Warlock breaks the 4th wall, and I really find that entertaining and interesting. But that being said, I really love how they sprinkle the lore in a little bit and give you hints and teasers and whatnot. And then like the more knowledge around certain things you have, the more payoff it is, or you can see it coming. And it's just really interesting to me that Nezarec has been an idea in beta, and now they finally get for it to pay off. So I can't wait to see where it's going.
Is this the new
And also, knowing now what we know about Nezarec, right? Like the context of Mithrax pulling up, seeing the pyramid and being like, hey, yo, let me get some of that power. And then they literally used his body like a mummy. had his body parts and sarcophagus and stuff. Also, I wonder if Mummy was the inspiration for some of that too. The movie with, I think, Brandon Fraser is his name. All right, chat. I hate to break it here, but I do have someone here that does have to tinker with my my utilities right now. So I'm probably gonna end up if the game just instantly cuts off, that's what happened, and there's nothing I can change about that. I totally did not realize today was the day they were coming. So I hate to cut this extensive rant short, but before I end up leaving, I want to leave everybody with the wow or words of wisdom. And if I don't hop back on today, hopefully I'll hop on tomorrow and we can chill, hang out. And if not, man, enjoy your day. But the wow for today is put your mom first. That's an acronym. Mind over matter. Yeah, so remember that, man. Remember to put your mind over matter. And things might turn out a little bit better for you. But appreciate everybody joining me today and listening to me rant, man. It's always an enjoyable experience to just chill with community members and everyone in there. Everyone that loves Destiny as a whole. Not even, you don't even have to love Destiny, man. You just have to like gaming, bro, and just have an enjoyable vibe. Appreciate you for joining by. Couldn't be more than happy. And as I always say, let me hit my outro just in case I end up leaving. If you enjoy the vibe, subscribe. And if you like what you see, triple tap that like button for me. It's been me in the present, talking to you from the past. I hope to catch you Guardians in the future. Adios. I'm Ghost. So, yeah, if it ends up cutting out, I guess I'll catch y'all. We'll keep running it until it does happen, but they should be getting ready to clip it any few seconds from now. Totally did not realize today was the day. But I really, I can imagine how it feels back on Nezarec, right? I can imagine how it feels to come up with a thought process, right? Let it cook, ferment, right? Let it soak up, let it build some context, and then boom, the moment you should be getting close to being able to drop it or pay off, right? I bet you it's immense right now. Whoever had the initial creation thought process of Nezarec, right? It's pretty cool because you got to think, right, from like I said, from a creator's perspective. Say you're making the anime, say you're making anything, right? You're gonna write out your protagonist, you're gonna write out your antagonist, you're gonna write out the villains, right? In this case, it's definitely the witness, and she has a set of disciples, right? When I hear disciples, the religion kicks into me, and I think of like 12 disciples, right? But we haven't seen that many disciples, so I don't know how many the witness has. But we do know for now that she has at least 3. Or